I believe that people have different types of currencies and motivations. And some people are motivated by money and compensation, some people are motivated by social good and culture, and some people are motivated by career development and advancement. And I think that as an organization, you have to be able to offer something for everyone, because everybody wants something different. Not everybody's chasing the highest dollar, not everybody's chasing the highest title. Everyone wants something that fits best for them in their organization. So on the social side, Yellowstone's culture, as I said before, isn't necessarily for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. But what we do and how we do it and how we treat each other is paramount. And for some people, that's enough, and they're willing to not have the highest salary to be amongst people who they want to work with. So I think that's important. From the development side, we have education programs where we will help fund career development and education programs for our employees. So that's both internally and externally, and that helps to make people feel like they're continuing to grow in their career and even take a lateral move and grow somewhere else. On the compensation side, we do salary surveys every year to make sure that we are competitive. We have recently completed a pay equity study to make sure that our employees are being paid equitably. But I think the largest example of how much we have done is in the last 2 years, the industry itself hasn't done, or Yellowstone at least, hasn't done as well as we typically have financially in the last couple of years. But that hasn't impacted our employees in that same way. So one would think that company X doesn't make as much money one year, so profit sharing's down, shares are down. Yellowstone didn't do that. Yellowstone for the last 2 years, even though we have not performed as well as in previous years, all of our employees were kept whole. We did very few terminations at the beginning of COVID. We have very few salaries where we're inflating just because of COVID and the market, and we're staying true to who we are, what we do, and the value of the work. And I think that's something that is very much Yellowstone, not necessarily for all organizations, but something that's important to us to make sure that we have both internal pay equity that is competitive, but also speaks to and works with what people want for themselves and their families. And it's not always just money.
No, absolutely. My husband and I talk about that frequently, that, there's currency doesn't just come in money.
In dollar signs.
In dollar signs. It comes, you hear so much when we speak with candidates about, I want more challenging projects. I want, Diane, you just spoke to that. I want a better commute. I want a flexible work schedule. I'm a mom, I'm this, I'm that. There's just so much that comes into play. It's much, much more complicated than just what comes in on a paycheck. So thank you for that. That's excellent.